This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to another Behind the Brand video. I thought I would pick up the camera and document what I'm up to this week because this week I am restocking my paper patterns and getting prepared for what is quite possibly it is definitely my biggest sale of the year. Throughout the year, I do have a few small sales that I have just for my newsletter subscribers. So I send out a discount code to my email newsletter and yeah, they are great and something I like to exclusively have for the newsletter subscribers as a thank you for being part of my newsletter. But around my birthday every year, I like to do a sale that is whatever age I'm turning is the percentage off you get on the online shop. This is something I have been doing since I first started my brand back in 2016, back when I was selling handmade clothing. Obviously back then I was like 25, 26, so the percentage wasn't that big. Like it's big, but not what it is now. I'm turning 32 this year, so it's going to be 32% off for one weekend only. And so because of that, I need to get my act together and actually restock some of my paper patterns. They are getting very low in stock and yeah, I just like to make sure I have plenty available so if people did want to take advantage of the sale, they will be able to do that. By the time you're watching this video, unfortunately the sale will have well and truly been and gone because yeah, I kind of want to show the whole lead up to the sale and then packaging the orders and everything after the weekend as well. And so because you might be watching this a little bit later and feeling a bit disappointed that you've missed out, I thought I would have a little secret discount code just for people who are watching this video. So if you use the code that's on the screen now at checkout, you can receive 32% off your order. I just thought it would be fun to include another little cheeky discount code in this video as well because yeah, that way only people that have watched this video will know about it, which is kind of fun. So yesterday I folded up a whole bunch of the paper patterns. They're all ready to be packaged up, but today I need to start making some more instruction booklets. These are the little booklets that go in with the paper patterns. They have all the instructions on how to make the garment. I do of course also have video instructions as well, so you can sew the garment step by step alongside me in the video. But yeah, I do like to include the paper instructions as well, just in case you don't want to have to use the video instructions. So yeah, I have quite a big pile of the paper instructions here that need to be stitched up today so I can package up the folded paper patterns. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna get up to today. I also need to make an email newsletter to send out once the sale is live, things like that. I don't know if I'll get up to that today because this is going to take a while, but yeah, I just thought I would pick up the camera, document the whole process of getting ready for this sale. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started and start whipping up some of these instruction books. Okay, so the instruction books are now stitched up. I've also stitched up some more of the clover books as well. I had a lot of clover patterns printed, so they're not quite out of stock yet, but they're getting low. So I thought I would also restock a few more of those. These three are the ones that desperately need restocking. So I've got the paper patterns here and they are all going to be packaged up with the instruction books into the pattern envelopes. And then I can do a bit of a stock take, count how many of each size set I've got, and then update my website to reflect the new amount of patterns I've got. pattern shelves are looking so much better now, except for the pansy pattern, which I didn't realize was getting so low in stock. I've just quickly reordered a whole fresh batch of those. So now that the paper patterns are all packaged up and I've counted them, I now need to go onto my website and make sure the stock levels are correct on there, which kind of nicely brings me to talk about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace, who I use to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products like me, or create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design and create your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. You simply select from their range of beautifully designed templates, and then you can customize and change up the template as much or as little as you like. You can change everything from the overall layout of the website to all the fun things like the fonts and colors with just a few clicks, no background or knowledge needed in coding whatsoever. So as I mentioned earlier in this video, I've been running Rosery Apparel since 2016, and I have solely been using Squarespace to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store since then, well before they were ever a sponsor of my channel. And I honestly cannot recommend Squarespace enough, and why I love Squarespace so much, and I think one of the reasons why it is just so easy to create your own website all by yourself is the fact that the back end of the website is just so user-friendly. You literally just click and drag where you want certain things to be on your website. And something else I really love about Squarespace is the fact that they have an app, so you can literally check your orders and your analytics while you're on the go. This is super helpful if you travel a lot and you don't want to whip out your laptop every time you need to check or update something on your website. You literally can do it straight from your phone. It is incredibly helpful, and just another way that Squarespace make running an online store as stress-free and easy as possible. So if you'd like to create a website of your own, then definitely go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below. And when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/roseryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now that I've updated all of the stock levels, I just feel so much more on top of things. It was getting to the point where I was getting orders and would have to package up the patterns quickly to be able to fulfill the orders. So now to have the shelf fully stocked again is just such a relief. And yeah, I just feel nicely prepared for next weekend's sale. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day as a kind of a treat for getting everything done is I'm gonna work on my knitting project. I am so close to being done. I've knitted all the different bits. I tied up all the loose ends last night, and now it just needs to be stitched together. And I just wanna spend some time doing that because I feel like we're so close to the finish line now with this jumper, and I just wanna get it done. I know I'm gonna get asked for the pattern for this one, but I used a vintage pattern that I picked up on eBay. Where is it? It's this one here if anyone wants to try and find a copy for themselves. It's actually designed for cotton yarn, but I've just used normal wool yarn and it's turned out so lovely. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon. I think I'm gonna put maybe some trashy TV on and just stitch away making this jumper. Okay, so it is T-2 days until the sale starts, and I've just spent a few, like an hour or so whipping up a newsletter ready to send out once the sale is live, and also another one to send out once the sale is about to end as well. I'm going to be sharing that newsletter first, so the people who have subscribed to my newsletter will be the first to know about the sale. I also want to make a little banner image to put on the homepage of my website to inform people who are just stopping by organically that there's a sale going on as well. That's kind of all I have left to do. I do need to make up a few more pansy patterns because the paper patterns have arrived for that, so I need to, at some point over the weekend, package up some pansy patterns in case people order them during the sale. But yeah, I'm not going to do that today because I've actually spent the last 6 hours filming the video for this dress, which I am so in love with. It is the garden dress pattern by Frux Studio, I think is how you pronounce it, and I'm obsessed with how it's looking so far. It's got the most incredible pin tucked detailing on it and these little side bows. It's very much my style, and it's just been such a fun pattern to work on. I have a whole video coming out about that dressmaking project in the next coming weeks, I would say. But yeah, something else I want to show you quickly is that I finished my wavy striped jumper. Here it is. Look how cute it's turned out. I'm so in love with it. I was hoping to wear it today, but it's just so typical that it's genuinely too hot to wear a jumper. It's like the first day we've had that I haven't been wearing a hand knitted jumper, so hopefully I can wear it tomorrow instead. But I am so in love with how it turned out. It is just so cute. I'll try to put some shots in now of me wearing it so you can see what it looks like on. I'm so in love with it. Also, while we're on the topic of knitting, I did just want to share as well that there is now extended sizing available for the Rosery knit, which is a free vintage knitting pattern that I share with my audience. A lovely person on Instagram got in touch with me and offered to extend the size range of the Rosery knit jumper pattern. Because it was originally a vintage pattern, the sizing was super limited and very, very small. And their Instagram handle is Sarah Gets Dressed, I think. Oh, I hope I'm saying that right. If not, it's on the screen now. And yeah, Sarah very kindly has graded the pattern so it is a lot more size inclusive. So I'll have a link to that pattern down in the description below if you did want to have a go at making it. And I'll also have Sarah's Instagram linked below as well, so go and show them some love if you do end up making this extended size range. But yeah, I think for the rest of the day I'm going to tidy up my sewing space after a full day of sewing today. It is a pigsty. And yeah, I'll pick up the camera again once the weekend is finished and once the sale is finished, and hopefully we'll have some orders to package up. So it's quite a few days later now. The weekend's been and gone, my birthday's been and gone, and I did just want to firstly say a massive thank you to everybody who shopped my sale. Oh my goodness. This is obviously the biggest sale I have every single year, and I don't think I always offer it as like a no code needed, just everything's on sale on the website type situation. I usually always have a discount code or make it just exclusively for my newsletter subscribers. So the fact that the sale was just on the website, I think meant people shopped the sale way more than normal. I was completely blown away with the amount of orders that I had coming in. And obviously every small business owner has this, like when a sale comes in, you genuinely do a little happy dance inside. It is, I don't know, it's just such an exciting feeling, and the fact that people want to support your small business just honestly means the world. So it really did make my birthday extra special because I was just buzzing with excitement the whole time. I, as a result of the sale, have so many orders to package. I've actually spent the last 2 days packaging some orders. It's been really wild and stormy outside the last couple of days, and it's just been really nice to bunker down inside packaging up your orders. I didn't film anything because I had a friend staying over the weekend, and so I've been spending a bit of time with them as well. But today is all about packaging up as many orders as possible. I still have 50 orders to package, which is bonkers. I highly doubt I'm going to get all of those packaged up today, but I'm going to try and get as many packaged as possible. So far this morning, I've just, as you probably saw, I have just been packaging up some more Pansy patterns. So now that the Pansy patterns have been restocked, I can get to packaging up these orders. It's going to be a big time lapse of me packaging orders today, but hopefully you enjoy it. I love seeing behind the scenes of small businesses, and yeah, I also like sharing about it too. Also, it's cold enough to wear my wavy jumper today. I'm loving it. It probably will warm up later, but I'm going to wear it while it is cold enough. And yeah, I love it so much. Okay, so I've just picked out the first 10 or so orders because I like to just work only with about 10 orders at a time, otherwise it gets a bit overwhelming. And I always like to write a little thank you note to all of my returning customers, so I've just done that, and now I can package all of these patterns up. Like, could this situation get any cozier? I'm having the dream day. The weather has turned again. It's now raining, so sorry if you can hear a bit of pitter-patter on the windows. Hopefully it's not too loud. But I just got back from the post office and there was a parcel waiting for me, and I just opened it up and it's my 2025 planner. I buy the exact same planner every single year. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on my channel before. It's by the brand St. Belford, and honestly, it's the best planner ever. I get the big option, it's the A4 option, which means I have a massive amount of room to write all my to-dos for the week, but then every week also has this planner page as well, which is honestly just so ideal for me. And this like dotted page here kind of makes it so I don't need a notebook and a planner. I can just have it all in the one spot, which I love. This is the 3rd year in a row that I've been using this planner, and there is no going back. I hope they never go out of business because I honestly planned my whole life using this thing. I also the other day got another parcel, which is this green grid fabric. I mentioned, I think in last week's video, that I purchased some green grid check type fabric and it kind of had gone missing in the post. Well, I'm very, very happy and relieved to be able to tell you it has arrived. It is very different to what I was expecting, which is always a risk when buying fabric online, but I do like it. I was expecting it to be a lot darker green, and I wasn't expecting the fabric to be this thick. It's just a very heavy duty linen, which I think still will work for the dress I have planned to make out of this. And I guess while I'm in a bit of a show and tell mood, why don't I show you some of the things I got for my birthday, because honestly, I have been so spoiled, and I think you might really like some of the things I got as well, so let me go get them. First things first, I'll show you what Matt got me for my birthday, which is the present I'm just so, like, it blew me away. I cannot understand how such a small thing has brought me so much joy. It is this little clamp tool. And basically what it is, and this is something I've never heard of, I didn't know this sort of thing existed, but it's the best thing ever. I opened it and obviously had no idea what it is, and then he brought over a book. And basically what you do is you pop this into the front of your book, you press down, and it embosses a little thing into the cover of your book. It blew my mind. Like, I have seen people stamp their books, but obviously when I opened this and he brought the book over, I didn't think it was a stamp because there's no ink. And then when it embossed this beautiful little stamp onto the inside of the book, yeah. Now that sewing is my full-time job, reading books and buying books and discovering new books is my hobby now, and he just nailed it with this present. It is just so thoughtful. Okay, next I have an expansion to my favorite ever board game. It's called Wingspan, and I've shared about it a heap on my Instagram. It's basically a board game where you have to collect different types of birds, and it is the most beautiful board game ever. I am obsessed with it. It's 2-player, which means Matt and I can play on our own, but obviously when we've got friends over, we can play with them as well. And my friend Braden got me the Oceania expansion pack. This means now I can play with a whole heap of Australian native birds, which is just absolutely amazing. Let me just show you how beautiful this game is. They're so pretty. And now I have all the different kind of like Australian surrounding birds. Yeah, little penguin. They're just so beautiful. It's such a cute game. I am completely in love with the main game, and then on my birthday we actually had some friends come over for dinner and we played with the expansion pack and it was incredible. So I'm so glad to now have a new kind of option when it comes to the playing style of this game. And next I have another present that I just would never have bought myself. It is so bonkers cool. My parents bought me this incredible A-frame Lego set. I have never done Lego as an adult, but obviously I loved it as a kid, and this A-frame is genuinely the cutest Lego set I have ever seen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a weekend free so I can crack that open and have a play. I also completely forgot to show this other special gift my mum got me. It is a recipe book with a whole heap of handwritten recipes in it. She's been working on this for well over a year and it is honestly so special. It's even got some recipes from my nana. I'll have a link to this recipe book if you are interested. It is just such a beautiful gift idea and yeah, just something I know I'll treasure for my whole life. And then lastly, I have a couple of books to show. It's kind of become a birthday tradition now that we go to the bookshop on my birthday, and Matt calls it my unlimited book budget day, where I basically have an unlimited budget to buy as many books as I want, and it's the best tradition ever if you ask me. I ended up only purchasing 2. I was really good. The first book I purchased is this one here called The Alternatives, which I'd never heard of, but I was really drawn to the cover of it. And then when I read the back, it honestly sounded like something I would be interested in. Basically, it's set in Ireland, which I've never read a book set in Ireland, and with books, the settings are the most important part for me. And I think it's about 4 siblings who have kind of gone their separate ways, and then after their parents' death, they have to get in touch with one another. And it just sounds like they're all in very different phases of life, or kind of led very different lives up until this point. And I just think it's going to be really interesting. Oh, I'm just having to read now, and they were plunged prematurely into adulthood when their parents died in tragic circumstances. Now in their 30s, they have each carved out impressive careers, living distant lives, fighting separate battles, but one of the siblings' disappearance is about to change everything. So one of them is going to disappear, and that just already intrigues me because I love a bit of a mystery vibe. And the second book I picked up is one I've had on my list for a while, and I was so surprised actually to find it in my local bookshop. It's called Dalagut Dream Department Store, and it is a #1 Korean best-selling book. First off, the cover of this is incredible. It is so colourful. It just looks a little bit kooky and weird, which I really love in a book. It's also a Korean book, and I think I've mentioned before, I really love Japanese translated translated fiction, and similarly I love Korean translated fiction as well. I'll just read a little bit of this. In a mysterious town hidden in our collective subconscious, there's a department store that sells dreams. Day and night, visitors, both human and animal, shuffle in to purchase their latest adventure. Each floor specializes in a specific type of dream. Flying dreams are almost always sold out. Dreams of your favorite food make you feel like you can almost taste it. Join Penny, an enthusiastic new hire, as she uncovers the workings of this whimsical world and bonds with a cast of unforgettable characters. That just sounds really weird, but I feel like I'm going to really enjoy it. Like I said, I have heard of this one, and I have heard it's quite a tearjerker at the end, which any book that makes me cry is pretty much an instant 5-star read for me. But yeah, I think now I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for following along as I get prepared for my birthday sale and the biggest sale of the year. And also don't forget to use the code on the screen now if you did want to take 32% off the sewing patterns. I'll have this little code live for maybe a couple of days after this video goes live, so if you did want to check that out, I would do it sooner rather than later, because yeah, it'll only be up for a couple of days. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I will see you in the next one.